gave offerings to God, but still they lost everything. I know that you all heard about the story of Ananias and Sapphira, right? Yes? Yes, indeed, you all heard about those stories. You know that Ananias and Sapphira, they sold a piece of property and they got some bunch amount of money, and when they got that money, they kept some amount of money for themselves and they gave some amount to the apostles. When they did this, their heart was not right with God. Here the incident is, all the people, they sold what they have and they gave it to the apostles. Now what these apostles are doing is, they're distributing it equally to everyone. For let's say, I sold my land and I got 1 lakh and I gave it to the apostles. And even you sold your land, it cost 50,000 and you sold it and you gave it to the apostles. Likewise, some other people over here, you sold your land, your house, and it cost maybe 20,000, you sold it and you gave it to the apostles. Now we all gave it to the apostles, a bunch of amount there. So if the apostles would have got 10 lakh, and if there are people like 10 people around there, what they did is they distributed it equally. Let's say they have given 1 lakh to each one. See, this is the story I'm telling you to understand this. This is just an example I'm telling you. So what these people did is they gave 1 lakh to all each of the 10. Now in that crowd, even Ananias and Sapphira are there. What these people did is they kept for themselves some amount, they kept for themselves, and the rest of the amount they gave it to the apostles' feet. They laid it on the apostles' feet. You might say, what's wrong in that? It's their land, right? They sold it and they kept it for themselves. What's wrong in that? Why would God punish them? Yes, I heard people asking me all these questions. That's why, my dear friends, I said knowing God is not important, but understanding God is very important. When you try to understand the scriptures, then you will understand the greatness of God. You will get fear in your heart when you understand the scriptures. You know the situation, what's happening there in Ananias and Sapphira situation. The situation is getting worse. You know why? Everyone wholeheartedly, they sold their land and gave it to, they sold their properties and laid it on apostles' feet. But what these people did is, let's say they have sold their land, their property for 1 lakh. And let's say that they have kept it 50,000 for themselves and given the 50,000 for the apostles. Now just imagine, there are around 10 people. This is just for an example. I'm again and again I'm telling this is just as an example. Let's say they got an amount of 10 lakhs. Now they are equally distributing it. They're equally distributing it. In that crowd, Ananias and Sapphira also are there. They sold it for, let's say they sold it for 1.5 lakh. They kept it 50,000 for themselves and they have given 1 lakh to the apostles. Now in this 10 lakh, they're distributing it equally. Let's say this 9 people, the 9 people who have given all 1 lakh, all these people gave what they have. They gave wholeheartedly with what they have. But Ananias, Sapphira, they kept it for themselves. They kept it for themselves and they gave the remaining amount. So here you can understand the cruelty of their mindset. Look at their hearts. They say that they worship God, but in their heart, they're not truly worshipping Him. Their hearts are not right with God. That's the reason God did not accept their offering, because they offered it with selfish thoughts. They know that, see, if I give this amount, it will be distributed equally. All the 9 people, they have given equally. All the 9 people, they have given wholeheartedly with what they have. They all gave what they have. But these people, they thought, we will keep this 50,000 and we will give 1 lakh. And from that 1 lakh, anyways, again it will be distributed and we will get that amount also. Look at their mindset. Here they're thinking with a business mind. That's the reason God did not accept the Ananias and Sapphira offering. My dear friend, Understand this. If you don't give to God wholeheartedly, God does not accept your offering.